we're the co-founders of SLEKE, which is a phone curated for life's everyday activities. So what does that mean? That means we optimize the smartphone to be exclusively geared towards utility and communications functions only, and nothing more. So, that's a logo in the middle. We're very proud of it. All right, so building a smartphone operating system is no small undertaking, so we really decided to focus a lot on the team right off the bat. Austin and I are the co-founders of the company. We spent the last 4 years traveling around the world, gaining really deep, nuanced cultural understanding of how people interact with the world around them and with each other from a mobile perspective. So we took all that knowledge back here to inform really something that we think is going to be beautiful in the American context as well as globally, God willing. So technically, we have 4 technical talents, really amazing people. Tayeb is taking care of our operating system development. He is a deep expert on the Android open source project. Then we have Brian SLEKE, PhD in neuroscience and master's in machine learning, who's taking care of our internal research as well as deep learning portions of the phone. We have Arsenius Amgad, a brilliant self-taught Android engineer who's working on our front end, or the part of the phone that you're going to be interacting with. And then John Swanson, who's our DevOps engineer, as well as taking care of our cybersecurity operations.
All right, so it's no secret that today's phones have become a daily essential. So we do check them on average about 150 times a day. But it's not all bad news. Some of it is actually helpful for us. They are the functional portion. These are the things that we use throughout the day for simple interactions, whether it's maps, music, money. The things that we need are essential. The problem is all of these apps are mixed in with the distraction portions of the phone, the things that are fighting to grab our attention, take us away from the life around us. So we found the best way to move it from both functional and distracting is to just shoving it into the functional category. How do we do that? So the current solutions are either too restrictive or not restrictive enough. Too restrictive means you can call, you can text, maybe you can take a picture. And the not restrictive enough means it'll simply remind you what's going on, and you simply put your password in, and you're on to the next step. So where do we come in? Straight in the middle. So what we're doing is we're bringing the functionality portions of the phone, so like messaging, maps, music, and money. These are the things that are optimized that you use throughout your day.
Okay, so you might be thinking, maybe these guys have an issue with self-control, or maybe maybe I can slightly empathize with this problem, but really how big is this issue? So we found through our research that 7 out of 10 people have tried to moderate their digital consumption in some way. So that's a lot of us in this room. The issue is that 70% of those people relapse back to their original use patterns, which suggests to us the tools they're trying to use that we showed you on the last slide are not fit for purpose. So what we see if we look at these people who are sensitive to trying screen time moderation behaviors or tools, within the demographics we think are most receptive to a product is 2.4 billion people worldwide. So if we take that down to looking at the people who might be receptive to screen time moderation tooling within our demographics, just in the United States, we're looking at a much smaller number of 100 million people. And surprisingly enough, the people who are most receptive and the most sensitive and who are already trying this tooling is the 18 to 35-year-old segment. And that is our most receptive market, and that's what we're going to be focusing on first. And that's our addressable market, our SOM here. And that's 58 million people in the United States alone. So you see some big figures on the top there, and we want to explain that in a little bit. In the very short term, we are going direct to consumer, but we are an operating system company, so we don't make hardware. So what we're going to be doing is loading our operating system onto compatible hardware, passing our phone off at cost to the end consumer, and taking $99 a year to use the operating system, or $39 a month really pointing people towards encouraging them to get that $99 a year. In the long term, we focus on third-party utility beyond the app paradigm, so we're going to give you third-party functions that aren't shown to you in apps. To do that, we're going to be making an iPaaS, which is an integration platform as a service. So we're going to show you third-party tooling in a more workflow-based way, along with some other more traditional IT offerings like mobile device management.
So since we've started, we've had a lot of big interest. We've currently done over 200 interviews on our Figma prototype. This is our ideal end product. This is what we want to get out to the world in the future. We also have 137 people on our current wait list. They're waiting for information, whether it's just when we're launching or product updates. We have 22 Android launcher beta testers. They are simply testing the front end and how it's going to interact. We have 15 pilot users for the full OS. This is going to be coming in the next couple of months, as well as 7 of them are actually paying users. We are in conversations with a couple of integration platforms. We're looking at different sourcing options, distribution solutions, and marketing options. So if you guys can all help us out, we're trying to get a little bit of help in figuring out how you guys use your phones. What do you want? What don't you want? And everything else in between. So please feel free to scan the QR code, send that to family, friends if you are so inclined. Also, our contact information is on the side, and go ahead and visit our website. Thank you.